Thicosaurus Podcast.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Thicosaurus Podcast. This is your host, Anna.
Michelle.
Molly. And Melissa.
And today's topic, well, it's not really a topic. It's just me being random, like my normal self. So I just wanted to ask how everybody's doing. And if you can, be honest if you're able to.
I could be better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not 100%, okay. But then again, what mom is, to be honest. So, it's just been really stressful lately, especially at home. Because child's been really stressed at work, and therefore that kind of leaks into the home life type thing. So I kind of have to pick up the slack, and therefore I'm kind of doing extra stuff, to try to help him not be as stressed. So I just feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired, but then I also understand that he's also overwhelmed and tired at work. So I try not to add to his load.
Burden him?
Yes. I try not to add to his load. But of course, I know marriage is like a partnership. It's 100 to 100. But that's just me. And it's like, I just don't want to add to his load. Although, like, deep down, I'm kind of like resenting him too. Because it's
normal. It's okay.
Because it's like I'm stressed and emotionally distressed and all that at home too. Mm-hmm. So it's part of me kind of just expects when he gets home, then he kind of takes off a little bit of my load. But then I know that he's stressed, so I just try not to make it that big of a deal. But then I'm also kind of like, suck it up, man. But
No, it's understandable because that's your duty, yes. But there's also your job, so you would want to have an off time because yours is 24/7. So it completely makes sense for you to want to get a break too.
Yeah. Yeah. So whenever that happens, I know Liz does this, but whenever we're super stressed, we will disassociate with the world or things or people around us, and we will kind of block everybody out and not want to interact with anybody. For me, I will go hide in my bedroom and start death scrolling on social media. Mm-hmm. And I kind of make my mind kind of just goes numb while I'm doing that, and it's like my way of decompressing in a way. Mm-hmm. I know it's not healthy, but it's kind of like I don't have anything else to do. Mm-hmm. It's because I can't leave the house due to because child's stressed, and I don't want to leave him with the boys. Otherwise, the boys would trigger him, and he would just blow up. You've all seen him whenever he gets mad, super mad. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of I might as well just stay within contact, but then not really mentally. I'll just check out basically. So,
man, I give you parents props, especially if one is a stay-at-home parent, which you are, because it's hard. You have no breaks at all. No. Not even when you go to the bathroom. Yeah, you don't even have any breaks. Because you sit down on the toilet, and next thing you know, you hear a little knock or you hear the door open.
So yeah, I could be better, but I'm not at my worst either. So it's just kind of, I'm just cruising, I guess, right now.
Oh. Would you say that you're exhausted then?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. It's almost like, when am I not exhausted? But that just comes with being a parent, being a mom. Yeah. So yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm near the point of burnout, and I'm pretty sure I feel like a mental breakdown coming soon.
Oh.
But then again, that's my fault too, because I haven't been seeing my therapist lately. Mm-hmm. But I do have an appointment with him this coming Friday.
Yay for
So-
therapy.
So maybe I can unleash some stuff on him and him help me out a bit. So.
I wonder if your therapist ever recommends for you to look for support, because that's what happened for me, is to see if you can find someone that is in a similar situation as you to get support, because that's the only way that you can survive, by bonding with people that have the same experiences as you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's not many out there. I would love to know if there is a community out there that she can join of other, Hmong or Asian parents that are, burned out, want to just have a support group, because that would be helpful. I think, would you actually like that?
Yeah, I would.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's other parents out there who like
Mm-hmm.
suffer like I do. Well, I wouldn't say suffer, but like get stressed and
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to let it out or handle it very well. I mean, my therapist gives me ways and stuff to help me de-stress and stuff.
And cope.
Yeah, and cope. Yeah, but there's some of those days where you just don't want to do any of that.
Oh, well, hopefully there's like a way. Like if there is a support group like that, let us know. Comment on below from the video here, or just comment on our posts on our social media, because that really helped me for my personal situation. So if there's like a support group out there for parents, specifically, if it can be even more, what is that word? Specific, I guess, to like the population of Hmong parents that are like in your similar age range, or someone who actually has the same mind process, then that would be great.
Yeah.
For you guys to just kind of be like, what do you guys do if you guys are stressed out like this, because we don't want to be our parents, and stuff like that. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for sharing. And thank you for being honest too. This is a safe place for everybody to kind of just talk about what's been going on. We don't do this often, because I don't know about you guys, but automatically when someone asks me if I'm doing okay, or like how I'm doing, I just automatically say okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
same
it's
here.
a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
It's
a
definitely
lie.
lie.
Yeah. So that's why I will say, if you can, be honest about how you're feeling. So thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
We love you. We love all the parents out there too. So yeah. Who's next? Popcorn. Either.
Oh.
Yeah, whoever
I thought
wants-
y'all were doing legit
Popcorn?
popcorn.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Michelle,
what I thought.
go
You're
ahead.
doing legit popcorn.
That's what I was
Go ahead,
saying.
Michelle. Popcorn too.
Michelle doesn't know popcorn.
Oh, sorry, I don't know popcorn. I'm old.
You just choose
you just
someone.
choose who you want. To.
Oh.
Popcorn is like, after you do it, then you pick someone else to go after you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry.
then I popcorn the list. Then I guess.
Oh, okay.
Popcorn. Pop.
So I'm dead inside.
When is she never?
Yeah, when am I never dead
Just
inside?
kidding. Look inside that carcass. It's black. Rotten.
It's not even rotten anymore. It's like dry and crusty.
Yeah.
You mean like
Yeah.
It's more.
ew.
It just goes right through. Yeah, I've been dead inside this whole summer. Because work has been killing me. So much crap is happening at work. And yeah. I think it's just in general, summertime is always the busiest time for us at work, because I work in higher education. And so summertime is always the biggest, because that's where like all the new changes, new processes are coming in for the fall. So yeah, so I've been dead inside since May.
Yeah, May, June. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I think by the time this episode comes out, school has already started here in Tulsa. So it may get better from there, but right now it's not great, because right now when we're filming this, it'll be the weekend before school starts.
Yes.
For college students here in Tulsa. And so it's a crazy ride. Crazy stuff. At least like what Michelle says, I've been disassociating a lot. And it's not that I don't mean to, but it's just like I'm so overstimulated of everything that's happening in my life to where I'm kind of like Michelle. I'll disassociate and I'm like on my phone. If I'm not on my phone, then I'm zoned out. You guys know how I am when I'm zoned out. When you guys are talking to me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That blind
Yeah.
stare that she does.
yeah,
Yes.
there's a blank stare that I do when I'm zoned out. And so, yeah, so that's what's been happening these past few weeks because it's getting closer and closer to school starting. So it's getting worse and worse and worse for me.
The pressure is getting worse.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
So
Under
hopefully,
pressure.
yeah, because I have some part-timers who work with me, and they're like, it gets better, right? Like, because they're like, school starts next week, so it's gonna get better, right? And I looked at them, and I'm like,
Sure.
Like this is without students.
yeah. So I'm like, it's not gonna get better until like September. That's when it'll finally start to
Slow
wind down. And then it's going to pick back up again in October because of the second 8-week classes are going to start.
Yeah.
And so, and then after that, it'll get wind down again. And then December, it's going to start picking back up
Yes.
for the spring semester.
So you only get like
A couple weeks.
a couple weeks of reprieve, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks in between
Yeah.
everything. I do remember that.
Yeah. But I'm like, but it's summer is always the worst times. But anyways. But yeah, so I've just been super, super stressed. I'm in my grieving stage. Because I lost somebody. Well, not lost. Okay, she's in another department now, but
She had moved.
yeah, she moved to another department, and I really, really loved her. And you know, it's just whenever you finally have somebody at work that you click with and that supports you, and who's really transparent and true to you, and then you no longer see her every day. You know, it's a loss of a friend, a mentor, you know, and so it's just, I'm still in the grieving stage.
Especially
her.
when it's like your first one, like that you
Yeah.
ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah. And so I'm just kind of like, I'm in the grieving stage.
it's like, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fly,
so-
little bird, fly.
Yeah. And so, my grieving stage. And then I guess one good thing, though, is that I finally made another work friend. So if you guys don't know me, I am a type of person who doesn't really trust people a lot, especially at work.
Trust issue.
Yeah, because you just don't know at work, you know, because I'm like, I know I'm fake. So at work.
Hidden
I'm not-
agendas and stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's like, okay, I'm not fake, but it's just more of like, I am real to a point, you know, like, what's the word?
You don't like to express that much of you.
Yeah, like I'm professional. I'm trying to keep my work life separate from my personal life. Okay. And so sometimes it takes me a long time to even talk to people on a friend basis at work. You know, and so 4 years of me working here, I finally got a work friend. And I'm like laughing because we basically trauma bonded a little bit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we were just talking about, you know, different courses our lives may take kind of thing. And he's so sweet because he's like, Melissa, I wish the best for you. And I'm like, thank you, me too. I wish the best for you too. And so I'm just like, it just feels like a chapter in my life is closing, I guess you can say. And I'm like, okay. kind of thing. So it's crazy. I'm
Like-
stressed.
I guess it would be like, it sucks because it feels like a door is closing for you. But you could take it from one point and consider maybe this is the universe's way of you being able to evolve. Like
Yeah.
that's as much support as you need, and you can fly on your own, little birdie.
Yeah, and so I'm just kind of like, ugh, I don't want to.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, oh, I don't want to, but okay. It was a good 4 years.
Aw.
So
Yeah, just take that as your experience of someone that shows what true leadership is,
mhm.
and someone
Yeah.
that is a great mentor, because you've told us about her like many times,
Mhm.
and so now you know a good example,
Yeah.
like a great example, I should say. So
Yeah, and so that's what I do with a lot of the part timers that I work with, because I know that I'm not their direct supervisor. Technically,
Yes.
we're kind of on the same level. I'm just full time and they're part time. But it's like I always want to be, when I took from a mentor, I always want to be transparent with
Oh,
them, because I
yes.
hate being kept in the dark.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because it's kind of like that's a bitch move to keep somebody that works for you or works alongside you in the dark. Yeah, and that's a bitch move for me. And so I always try to keep transparency with people.
Just to slide in there, I always find it disrespectful that they don't tell you, because they think that you don't deserve to know that knowledge, or that you
Yeah.
don't know any better. Like, it's not
Yeah.
Like you would,
like you're a
you
minion.
won't
Yeah, you're like,
understand.
just shut up and work for me.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. And so I hate that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
And so and so it's never been like that, but it's starting to become like that. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna be was to me, and I'm gonna be transparent with
Yeah.
you, okay? Because it's gonna affect me and it's gonna affect you, okay? And I want to make sure that we are all on the same page, and that way, whatever I know, I'll let you guys know. You know, unless for law reasons I can't tell you, then of course I'm not gonna tell you.
Yes.
But if it's just simple things like, oh, this process is changing, this is the reason why, versus oh, this is the process that's changing, and then when I'm like, why, and they're like, I don't know, I was just told to. Like, I need to
like,
see
I
the
didn't ask
bigger picture.
questions, yeah.
Yeah, I need to know where we're going, what's happening. I am not a ride or die. Okay, I need to know what's happening.
I get it.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, so that's what I've been trying to do for our little part-timer crew, for them, just to try to keep the transparency. And now I'm starting to be like, why? I ask my supervisor that a lot, and I don't think he's
Used to that?
used to that, because a lot of the times it would just be he'll tell me something and I'm like, oh, okay, because there was transparency, but now there's not. Or everything's changing so fast to where I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, some people, when you question, like, I would say not just at work, but usually when you question why, when someone gives you an order, people think you're defying them.
Yep.
Yeah, which I understand, but
Yeah.
it's like, no, you need to understand that it's not defiance. You need to step down your little
Off your pedestal.
pedestal and be
Yeah.
like, it's because I don't understand, and I'm asking you why. If you want me to help you achieve the bigger mission, you need to tell me why,
Yep.
so that way I can see. Because there's other people who's relying on me, and whenever they ask me why, I'm gonna be like you and be like, I don't know.
Yeah. And what does that make me look like? You know,
Yeah,
it's like
I don't
that
know.
doesn't make me look
It's just
good.
the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's a crazy time right now. Things are changing.
So then, if you could just describe with one word how you're feeling right now, then what would it be?
Tired. Upset.
Overwhelmed. I don't know.
I think the word that came up to my head was defeated. I feel defeated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, okay.
No, I get that.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's just, like I said, just a lot of, I don't know.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting from other people. I don't know. Why are we doing this? I don't know. What's happening? I don't know.
Because you feel like there's no direction, and like you said, there's there's lack of transparency.
There's
so
lack of
nothing-
leadership. Is
and
what
leadership.
it is.
Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of like,
Everybody's just spinning in circles because
Yeah,
there's,
everybody-
like you said, there's no direction.
There's no direction that's being. They're just like, this is a new thing. This is that. This is what's happening, and
So
then
do it.
everybody's like, what? What's happening? And I'm like, I don't know.
Aw.
Yeah.
Feel like that. I think that the whole world honestly feels that way. It's that we're still all understaffed and being overworked.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, a lot of people are just putting their foot down because they're setting a boundary. And they're like, "This is too much."
Yeah, and so
stuff.
that's what I started doing
Mhm.
at work,
Mhm.
and yeah, some people I feel like are not happy that I'm starting to do that because I'm like, I'm not your little submissive person anymore.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I only did it was because I had respect for the
What was
person,
the process, and
yeah,
what's
and the
going on.
process and what was happening at the time. But now that everything is changing and there's no reason why for this change, or you're not letting us know what the reason why for this change is, it kind of breaks my respect for people. You know, it's just stuff like that, and it's just hard. It's a hard time right now.
Yeah, everybody's, like I said, everybody in the world is being overworked right now and understaffed, and so you can tell because like when I go to the retail stores and I see them workers, they're all just like they look dead inside too, and I'm like, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's just again reminder of just being kind to people.
Yes,
Yes. Treat people like how you want to be treated. Like if you want to know the truth or whatever, I feel like you need is it obligated? Not really obligated. I feel like it's just like one of those things where if you see another girl or another person and she's wearing a skirt and it's tucked in her underwear and her underwear showing, you're gonna go over to her and be like, "Hey, just letting you know, your underwear is showing, or you bled through your pants or
Yeah.
something." Just be kind like that.
Common
like it-
decency. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like if you have something in your teeth and somebody comes and tell you like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you have spinach in your teeth.
yeah, but no, you're just gonna. Some people will just let them
Walk
off.
around like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you people who let them walk off like that, like, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame.
Well, to play devil's advocate, maybe they're scared to tell them because they have social anxiety. They're probably like,
Still.
I don't know what to
So-
say. I don't know.
Like I said, still, I don't know. I have social anxiety, but
We're still decent enough people to
Yeah.
go tell somebody if something's showing or
Yeah.
on them or whatever, whatnot.
Well, I just know that my sister, Sammy, would be like paralyzed from that. She would be like, there's something in their teeth and I'm just going to keep staring at it. So.
That's like your crush story.
God, my boogers.
Yes, your boogers.
yeah, I'm like, if you're that social, that high of anxiety, then maybe tell I don't know,
somebody
whoever
else.
you're with, because I feel like those people who have social anxiety has to usually be with
Somebody
somebody
else,
else.
yeah.
So it's like, so then you go tell her,
Yeah, I get it though. So people should just be kind to one
Yeah.
another and be
You know?
respectful.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
it is. Like, no matter where you are on the tier of the command chain, it's like, I think just treating people kindly, no matter what you are. Don't be an elitist, okay? No matter where you are on that tier,
Yeah. Because even though you're elitist, you can still be replaced.
Yeah,
So
so fast. So,
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. It takes a lot of courage to say how you're truly feeling because you want to just say, I'm fine. And that's not the truth. So thank you.
I need my own office to be like, fuck it all. Like out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need that where I just close my door and just fuck it all.
Yeah.
And then breathe and then get out. Like, this is the fuck room. Oh, not the fuck room, but the
Oh,
fuck it all room.
sound good.
Yeah, sorry.
The fuck room. I don't know what you've been doing in there.
The fuck it all room.
We call that the wellness room.
Yeah, there you go. That's more PR.
Yeah.
Call that a wellness room. What happens in there?
I don't know. You have to reserve ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, thank you again, like I said, for sharing that. Last but not least, Molly.
I'm
She's not last.
tired.
We're still talking about what you still gotta wait
I
for
know.
you. But anyway.
Oh, I'm tired. Still getting used to this new work schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations. She got a new job. Everybody congratulate her. Yay!
I got a new job late last month, so
Woo!
because I got let go on the other one,
Boo.
which I'm okay with because they're gonna suffer. But I mean, yeah, I'm not working from home anymore, so I'm getting used to getting up in the morning, coming home, driving, dealing with traffic.
Uh-huh.
And then my schedule, I start at 7, so I have to be up at like 5:30 if I want my face on.
not up yet, is it?
if she
No.
wants her face on,
If I want my face on, yeah. But then I'll sleep in like 20 more minutes or something. If I don't.
You could do it like how you said you did back then for school, where you put your face on and you just lay there. Take it out.
No, I tried. But then now that I'm doing that, I'm like home by like 3-4ish, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I understand why mom and dad don't like to take naps in the evening.
Oh.
So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, still getting used to that. Work's been well. I mean, I don't have any issues there.
Are you doing the same thing?
Basically, but less things to do.
Oh.
Like,
So they're not bothering you to have to train people over and over again?
no, it's more like we're doing what we're supposed to do rather
Ah.
than babying
Other people?
the client
Oh.
and their requests.
Mhm.
So like if they came to you but like, why is it this done? Can you like escalate this? We're not the one doing that.
Mm.
We'll just be like, well, that person's supposed to go there. They haven't been there, so we can't do anything about it.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
So more accountability on them.
yeah, it's more accountability to them and them getting onto their candidate and stuff.
Mm.
So
They're your candidate. You go talk to them.
yeah, so
You know? That ain't your job.
yeah, so it's a lot more lenient. It's not as stressful, but they do have it's like a buttload of tickets per day that I have to do.
Mm.
And then the way they process everything, they have certain like a timeline to get everything done, which is a lot easier because their system allows you to see like things on a certain timeline, so which ones need to be looked at. And
Oh,
And
so like
everything.
their structure.
yeah, there's structure compared to the other one where I'm scrambling because I'm like, I don't know what this is and who's working on this.
Oh.
And so, because yeah, like I said, I was the one who always did everything. And
Yeah.
To the point where wasn't even able to do my daily tasks. And then they would get on to me about that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm doing other people's shit because the other people can't do their shit. And so, yeah, that stress thing is gone now. So, and then I'm back at sitting in a cubicle on an office chair for like 8 hours, and I'm just like, I hate doing this.
Have you bought like some type of ergonomic pad for you to sit on?
I bought a little cushion, but then I guess what I wear sometimes I like slip off. So I'm like, sitting, oh my god, dang it. And then I think it's just work is just so like busy to where like sometimes I forget to take like my 15-minute breaks, or like when it's close to lunch, I'm like, oh, it's already lunch already.
Yeah.
And then that 30-minute is like done really fast, and I'm just like, I didn't even get to finish eating.
be like me, eat while you eat while you work.
That's what I do sometimes too. Like I'll be snacking and I'll be working, but then I can't really do that a lot either because I'm on the phone all day. And so
You hear that?
Like we put it aside.
mute
of your cheek.
just put on mute for now.
Thank you for calling me.
Yeah, and then it's like I've noticed a pattern when I'm like on the phones where I talk to like the same people because I have to ask them for their names all the time. And then I'm sitting there like doubting my spelling skills because I'll look there and I'll spell it for them and I'm like, am I saying the right letter?
Oh.
And then I'm just, yeah, it's because some of those names I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, some weird names. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm just tired of, but I'm getting used to everything, so that's why I have a little more days of myself when y'all go do things, so I can just sleep and just don't do anything. At least to like re-energize myself. So
Sleep, de-stress, and yeah.
yeah, one of those days I always try to say to clean the house, but I end up not cleaning the house.
Oh, to yourself.
Yeah, like the other days where I said I was just gonna stay home and do nothing, or at least clean the house. I didn't clean the house.
Yeah.
Sometimes that might be a bigger task to ask for yourself if you're tired. You could just do what I try to do with myself is like just assign yourself something small. But like just clean off my desk or something. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I think I originally was just trying to like clean the house, but my main concern was my room,
Uh-huh.
or at least like laundry. At least I got that done.
Okay.
Then I realized that I had like too much, or I had like a few loads. So that's like when she was coming back home, I was like, "Can you move the stuff out of the dryer into the washer?" Or so vice versa and everything. And I was just like, because I left and those two were still going on.
Wow.
But
Well,
yeah.
thank you for telling us. I did want to ask you, how did you feel when you got let go from the job? Because when you told us, I felt like it was sudden.
I felt like it was coming. I already knew that it was coming, but I didn't expect it to be like that soon. But I mean, like I kind of saw it already because I think everyone on my team that I was working with, we all in general were so stressed
Oh.
because they were putting so much things on us all at once.
To like get done.
Yeah, to get done
Oh.
because they were trying to have us train another location so suddenly within the past 2 years. So that already we kind of knew something was up because I think when they were started to move our tasks over to them, in my head I already knew, it was like, watch, they're going to get rid of our team and they're going to give it to the overseas people.
You're outsourcing. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I was like, what's that word? 'Cause
Yeah.
the people, the company I work now, a buttload of those people used to work where I work.
Uh-huh.
And so they complain about it all the time. So you hear that company name everywhere in the office.
Oh.
But technically, we're not supposed to be saying
Their name.
I guess not that much over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like sitting there, I'm like, all these processes and handbooks and everything, that's all from like similar to the other company. But I mean, guess because all the people who were working with my company now is because they are the ones who did all that protocol stuff.
Oh.
I
So-
see.
So that's why you said you knew it was coming, because you were training the people that were going to take your job, basically.
Yeah, basically. And then just the way they were, I just didn't like the way those people, their work dynamic was. And I'm just like so stressed. I'm like, I'm talking to a 5-year-old that I have to hold his hand all the time. But then that 5-year-old knows what he's supposed to be doing. But he's just holding my hand so he doesn't get in trouble.
grow up.
So that was like, yeah, basically me for the past the year and a half it's working there. And I've been working there for almost 4 years, I think, almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that term outsourcing a while back, but I didn't think that was the main reason why you were gonna get let go. You just told us that you were gonna get you were going to let go, and then I was like, oh my god, what's going on? I was like running around in my mind with my head cut off, like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I already knew it was coming because, yeah, like I said, the environment was different. The higher ups kind of kept their distance further than usual. So I was just, they were quiet up there. So I was like, I kind of knew that something was up.
That is so suspicious.
Yeah, and then
Sus. It's so sussy, like what the kids say.
yeah, it was
sus.
it was
man.
very sus. And then like, I think another team, they were starting to have them train too.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, they're gonna get rid of them too.
Oh.
Because I think when they gave us a call, they only picked certain people that they were going to have meeting with. And I was like, this is it, y'all. And then the fact that it was the people that worked with them for a longer time. Because I think the other two workers that I worked with, they worked there longer than me.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think about like I'm pretty sure almost like 10 years for them.
Wow.
And they were letting go. What I heard was that they were letting go of the really good workers on their last, their last let go. So, because technically this would have been their 5th phase. Their
layoffs?
Layoffs, yes. Since 2020.
Yeah, like Anna says, they're outsourcing that way they can pay those people less than the people who have seniority.
It was funny because I was talking to a coworker and they're saying, it's cool that they're outsourcing, but like you forget where they're outsourcing to is where their accents are very thick.
Heavy, yeah.
They don't even
And
live
it's-
here.
And it's
in the
very
country.
common. Yeah, and it's very
It's
common.
cheap labor.
Yeah, I know. That's what
Wow.
I'm saying. That's what I don't understand. It's like you guys don't even live here in the country, so like,
It's cheap
Okay.
labor, and I guess that's the way that they do it. But it sucks because it just makes everything harder for everybody else over here. But that's just all.
Yeah.
It's those big corporations.
yeah.
Yes, because I think this year, was it this year or last year? That's when they decided to go public because I don't think they were before.
Oh.
And because of outsourcing, I was talking to a coworker. She was saying like, yeah, and then don't forget like, it's gonna be harder for them because right now clients are already not happy with them with the new outsourcing over there because of how their work dynamic is, and then the way they word their emails and everything. I'm like reading their emails. I'm just like, do y'all not know how to talk professionally?
Well, is it just informal? That's why.
Yeah, or like they'll be like, please revert to this, and then I'm like, what do you mean by reverting? They're like, what they said, and I'm like, but they don't know that. It's like you have to explain to them what you're talking about.
Dang.
Please refer to this. To what? You know, it's like, I
Or
don't
like
see anything.
they get response from like the lab or something, and then they like, what does this mean? I'm like, well, what does it say? And then he just pastes what they say. I'm like, well, to you, what does that mean to you? And then he just rewrites what they say. I'm like, do you understand what they're saying? No. And I'm like, well, then you're gonna have to learn what they're saying. I've told you before what it means. But then and it was just too much.
Well, yeah, I've always wanted to ask you, but the fact that now I know the truth. I mean, me personally, well, I take stuff like that so personally. So I would have felt like a slap in the face because I was training the people that was taking my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
getting pissed. Well, I wasn't pissed because of that. I was just pissed because they act like they knew nothing. But yet, I've been training them for like months, and they still act like it's the first day.
Mm.
You should just do like how Melissa Style is. Be like, I'm sorry, you tried to call me? I didn't get a phone call. I was busy
Yeah,
working.
they would do that too. But like, can I call you so you can show me how to do it? I'm like, no.
I'm in a meeting.
It's like, I'm busy.
Like at this time, I don't have time. I have my own daily tasks to do. But you can look at your resources and talk to your peers who were in the training.
Yeah.
yeah, talk to your people first.
And then you can talk to me. Because
Yeah.
it got to the point where our supervisor told them not to contact us because we were so busy doing our own thing. And if they needed help, then they contact him.
Yeah.
Because it was getting ridiculous to where like, yeah, like I said, they've been trained for months, so yet they still have.
They still had no idea what they were doing.
Yes.
Pretty much.
On the easiest stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Like they
Yeah.
had there was a team who we trained on a queue, like a certain type of queue, and that was like last year. And then when I was, I think, about to leave, or like maybe a few weeks before we were leaving, they wanted a retraining
Oh my god.
for that. And then my supervisor was like, no, because you
should've
guys
took
have
notes.
you guys have the training videos, you guys have all the
Yeah.
notes, you guys have people who are still working in the queue that should know what they're doing because they've been doing it for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, yeah, see, you guys are making us train.
I don't get people like that because it's like you have all the materials from like the training class. It's like just look over that.
It's because they're lazy.
I
They
know,
don't want
but-
to search it up, and it's like
Well,
my eyes cannot roll far.
I was gonna
back
say, to be
enough.
fair, play devil's advocate. Since it's across the world, I think it's probably just because the work dynamic, like what Molly said, is so different.
very different
So
because
it's more, maybe it's more relaxed.
Right.
I want to say more relaxed. I say more complex because it sounds like they get in trouble for the tiniest detail.
Oh,
they
that's
miss.
probably why they're
Yeah.
afraid.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll see them work and they have a daily timesheet that they have to fill up, and then in my head I'm like,
Like
y'all,
a quota.
I would say like a quota, or it's just something so their supervisor can like
see
keep
that they're doing
track.
something.
I think they're
every-
very strict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my head I'm like, it's fine if you make mistakes, as long as you fix it. You know.
Maybe
not
there's no
over-
room.
over there
Maybe
to
yeah.
them.
Maybe
Yeah,
over
but
there,
over
there's
there
no
probably
room.
not. But that's why I always tell them, like, y'all don't need to panic. It's just a simple fix that you just have to go
Yeah.
in and fix.
They're probably used to getting reprimanded for making a
Mhm,
little
everything.
mistake. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
dang, y'all a little too strict over there.
Like,
My-
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think me and Michelle's problem are people over here that are like that.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
there are
that's a
people
different story over here.
Yeah, over here. That's where I'm saying biggest eye roll ever because it's like, dude, we gave you all this, we gave you a guide, we gave you training videos.
Try
Look
it
it
at
up.
least.
Yeah,
Try
like,
it. At
try
least.
or
You don't
like-
have to take the effort. And
like
do
a
it.
lot of the training guides are online, so you can literally shift F and then type in what you're looking for,
Right.
instead of sitting there reading the whole 150 page guide. Okay,
They
come on, be
don't
smart,
read-
people.
You know they're not gonna read that 150 page.
Yeah, and I'm like,
guidebook.
and these people who are like this that I've noticed are like the younger generation, or like sometimes just not even really the younger generation. It's just dumb people.
It's just people who doesn't.
They're just really lazy and they don't want to search it up, research it themselves.
Yeah, they
and be
don't.
told.
They
They just
don't.
want-
Research, or they don't look at examples that
It's
they've
either
already
that
done.
or
Yeah.
like they never had anyone that forced them to think for
Yeah.
themselves. I think that's what it mainly is. Because there's a lot of people that do baby people like that, and that's why they don't do well. Because I'm gonna admit, I used to be one of those people because I didn't. I was always raised to like. I was taught to do every little thing by someone, so I had a hard time transitioning from like how I was raised and separating it from my professional work life because things are a lot more different until I had to learn it myself. That's what I'm saying. Maybe those people
Right.
never had anyone that was like, I don't know, gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
How? Well, let's read what's in front of you, you know? Like people really don't. So there are some people like that
Yeah.
don't know, and then there's just some people who are jerks and they're lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then again, for me, for my work,
Mhm.
it was kind of like I had to teach myself everything because I think previously, I think the tasks that I had that we were assigned to another location, and they were getting closed, so they kind of just threw everything on us, and then we kind of had to learn ourselves how everything worked.
Yeah.
And so we basically didn't really know what we were working on. We could just memorize the processes and how everything worked. And then working at my workplace now, how they explained what everything is and how everything works and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. See, this was not explained to me. I just knew they needed physical, unphysical, so and so, so forth.
See, yeah, there's no why.
Yeah.
There's
and
no why behind it, like,
yeah,
why?
until they
I don't know.
explained us what those tests were, how long they process, and where they go when they get taken, the service is done and everything. And I'm just like, okay, see, this is what this other company needed to do, but they didn't really do that to us.
Well, you live and learn.
Well, thank you, Molly, for sharing that. I don't think it could have been easy going through that transition where you had to be let go and then you had to start another job.
At least they gave us like a month ahead, so
That's
all of
true.
us could.
They could have just dropped you within a couple days.
Yeah, we were able to
Yeah.
look for stuff, and
That's true.
they provided us a program.
Wonder if legally they had to do that. That's why. Because they were
Nope,
laying
I
them
don't
off.
think-
No,
I think
they
it
don't
was
have to do
just.
that.
I think it was just
Oh.
how because they had no other choice
Uh-huh.
because of the higher ups, the newer higher ups. Because I think this year that's when we started to get new, I think, executives and stuff, and that this is what's happening. So they wanted to go more. They wanted to go outsourcing and stuff. And so
Well.
I was talking to my supervisor, and he was saying like, yeah, they're letting go of really good people this round. Because I thought it was just like maybe my team that was getting affected, but in reality, it was
multiple?
It was multiple.
Oh.
They're
It's-
trying to save money.
Yeah. So and then, yeah, they gave us a month ahead, and then they allowed us to use all of our ATO. So everyone who had a buttload that have not used their, because ours ATO just reset it in January with the 40 hours. And so anyone who didn't use it yet abused the crap out of that. So some of them were not even, some of them were gone that whole month, and then we had to be working on that last day in order to get
the severance pay.
pay. Yes.
That sounds like a very similar story you told me about, Liz, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
but then you still get accrue ATO from the next few paychecks. So every time those popped up, I used them.
Okay.
So
That's funny how the world works. Wow. Okay.
yeah, and luckily I was able to find this one because it was similar job description, and I was just
I was worried for you. I'm so glad that you got that job.
yeah. Because
I
if
was
not, they had like I said, they had a program that would help you. I guess enhance your. They help you with your resume, look for jobs, and then also do unemployment as
worried.
well.
The least they could do. Shoot.
Yeah, and help you, I think, mentally too. If this is a big impact to most of those people, because most of them were very surprised and stressed because it came out of nowhere for them. So
Well, at least that wasn't very nice of them to do that. Other companies don't care. You'll come
Yeah.
to work and you see a box on your table.
That's
Pack your shit and
you gotta
leave.
vacate the premises.
Yeah.
Yep, they'll be like, "Here's the box, pack your stuff. Here's a letter or an agreement that you know you understand they're getting let go. Your severance pay. Sign it before you leave."
Yep. And security will
Yep,
walk you out.
Dang. Turn in your badge.
Yep.
Oof.
So
Felt that burn before.
that was nice of them, though.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, currently right now, I would say that I'm pretty relaxed and content at this time. But obviously, you guys know that work also has been very stressful for me. I don't mind sharing, but so I'm pretty young, obviously, and I had recently been diagnosed with the shingles. Yeah. That was fun, guys. I'm still recovering now. I mean, I'm scabbed over. Look on Google. Okay, you could do the work, but when you're scabbed over, you're good. You're not contagious no more. You can't give anyone shingles. You can't give them chickenpox. Okay, because it's basically herpes. But if anything, I feel like it's a wake up call. I mean, I've been so stressed out with work because I'm so passionate as a Capricorn. I take my work really seriously, and I put all of my blood, sweat, tears into it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's for the good of the cause, you know? Like, I'm going to do that. And the shingles rash that I got was a wake-up call to me. I didn't think I was that stressed out, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, look on Google. But
How do
basically,
you hold on? How do you get shingles?
so first you have to get chickenpox because chickenpox never goes away. It actually, my uncle explained to me that once you get chickenpox and you recover from it, it's still in your body and it hides in your vertebrae somewhere.
Oh.
back in their little spine, playing peekaboo, and waiting until you feel stressed, which is when your immune system is weakened and it attacks you. Like me.
It grows out mushrooms.
Yeah. You get mushroom spores.
Must even watch out.
I still love
I
your
already got
son.
hand, foot, mouth disease already, man. Oh, from
I love
work.
your son, how he was like a mushroom, Adriana? I was like, yeah. Because I can't let them touch it, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a wake up call, and I hope that you guys don't ever. I mean, I'm very fortunate that it was just that. It could have been a more serious, condition or something else could have happened because people don't take their stress seriously, and you could develop autoimmune diseases from it. And it's a wake up call for me personally because I was like, dang, I didn't think I was that stressed out to get it.
Yeah.
So, because they said, like, you're so young. Like, that's what everybody said to me when I went to urgent care. And they were like,
Side note: normally shingles affects older.
Yeah, I was going to say.
the older population.
Like, I think maybe 50s is when you have to get the vaccine. When you're in your 50s and over, you're supposed to get the vaccine. And so that's why when the doctor was like, you're so young, like, have you experienced a stressful event? And I was like, work. Oh, it's been stressful.
Yeah.
You know? And I was just kind of like, I mean, I guess work has been stressful. And she was like, oh, okay, well, for younger people like you that's been getting it, luckily it's just on your back, because I got it on my back, on my right side. And they said that for people who get the shingles rash, you're lucky you didn't get on your face.
Ew.
You can get it on your face, and they said that the worst place to get it is on your eye, because that's a concern, and that's like the worst. Like, it's
You
bad.
can get it on your eye,
Yeah.
like your eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
I thought you meant like
pictured
the eyelid or
something.
something.
That's
Like,
gross.
I think
on
it's
the
like
scent.
you could probably get it on your eyelid, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on your eyeball because it's all under there.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it hides. I think they explain.
my
Trypophobia.
Yeah.
Oh, just activated. Oh, I'm sorry.
They said that because I've shown them pictures. I'm not shy. I did give them a trigger warning though. I did say sorry, and then boop, and they're like, "Ooh," but yeah. So I think they said that's the worst place to get it because I think you could lose your eye, obviously. And I forgot somebody who told me. I think it was probably my uncle who, when he was explaining it to me, and he said that it hides somewhere in like your nerves and stuff.
Your nervous
It was,
system.
yeah, it was bad because even though the
Painful.
actual area was on my back, the rash, I should say, my whole right side, because it's only in one generalized area, thank God for shingles, for me to work like that. But the front of my right side, and my rib cage and everything, that's what it is. It hides in your ribs. It like burned, like. Everything burned and tingled, and then sometimes it'll go away, and then all of a sudden it'll just be like a sharp pain, like gah, and I'll be like, oh my god, yeah, literally, I would be like, ah, and so like poor Mike, he would be like, I can't tell. I'm pretty sure he's kind of like, first of all, my wife is crazy, so I don't ever know when she's really in pain. So, but he can tell that I'm in pain when I would just be like, I'm like paralyzed from pain. I'm like, oh my god, and he would just be like, dang. Anyway, long story short. So, I think that for me to even not realize how much stress I had, I was just like, okay, your job is important, but also your life is.
Yeah.
So maybe we should step back and not worry too much, because it's so hard for me to. I've been raised, and you guys, I know how you guys' work ethic is too. It's just like our work ethic is, you do 110% at your job because you were raised to do everything else in your life to put with all your effort. So when I got only one actual work day off. And then I had, luckily, the weekend to recover. And then that following Monday, I was like, I'm a little bit better. I could go to work. And then Mike was like, just call in. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Like, I don't know why, but, I couldn't do that. And I was just like, I can't do that. Like, it's like the most busiest time of my work right now. Like, this is the peak season, and I can't do that. And he was like, well, And he, like, in his most mic voice, he was like, well, what's important to you? Huh? Is your health? Your health is more important. I'm like, damn it, you make sense. Yes, I know. And I was like, fine. So I had to call in that morning. I sent in a text and I was like, I can't come in. Like, I'm still experiencing a lot of pain, which I was. I'm not lying. Because I was still burning. Like, it was
Plus-
still burning everywhere.
Yeah. Plus, you were still contagious.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I felt so bad. And I couldn't even move or sleep. I would get up so many times. And since it's on my right side, on my back, thank God it's not on my side so I could sleep on my side. But I was just kind of like, I would always have to flip flop like a fish in my bed. Because I would be like, I'm flipping around and trying to find something comfortable.
Yeah.
And luckily, I'm a stomach sleeper. I know it's bad. But that was the only way I could sleep. I was like, oh, sleeping like that. I think, like, when they say life is too short, I mean, for real, it is. Like, you really don't know how much stress you are under. So, I feel good now, but I'm also, I would say, I'm also sad that, like, my stress caused me caused me this much pain and discomfort, and I didn't even realize it. So, yeah, work is not everything. This society is all about
Yeah.
what is that word? Like grinding and like hustle culture. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any better because it's always like pushing for you to continuously work, and then next thing you know, your body's breaking down.
Yeah.
So
That's like me, where like I notice sometimes my hands hurt. And I'm like, don't give me arthritis because I've been holding my phone for like a long period of time. So like, if I have like
arthritis, is more like carpal tunnel.
or carpal tunnel, yeah, because I
Yeah.
was just like, so like I'll like let go of my hand for a little bit, or like sometimes I'll like be on my phone and then like oh, my head hurts. I gotta get off of that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like I said, if anything, because I was slowly being able to divide my time between, you know, work, my personal life, and my hobbies, because I feel like that's like separate things in my life and what's more important for me. And I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna need to, you know, invest more time to myself, because yeah.
Oh no, it just reminded me of one of our, me and you, our mutual friend.
Yeah.
She quit her full-time job. And she went part-time. And she says that I've never been any more happier.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
And it's true. But
And I'm
then-
like, but how do you pay for
bill.
medical and your
Yeah.
benefits? And because those things are expensive. But I forgot what she said, but she said she doesn't have to worry about it, and I'm just like,
oh, yeah, 'cause
Okay.
their health benefits are up better where she's at
yeah.
working.
And so I'm just kind of like, damn. But she's like, yeah, I just work part time at a flower arrangement place. I just arrange flowers all day.
I've been wanting to
As a
work at a
part-time.
flower shop.
Yeah. And so then she's like, and then the rest of the
That would
time
stress me
I'm
out.
with my boyfriend. We go camping. We go do this
Oh.
and that. And I'm just like, wow, must be nice.
Yeah, I've always wanted to work at a flower shop.
Yeah.
One of my friends with the same name as me, she's gorgeous, and she worked at a flower shop. And she always had the most amazing bouquets that she made. And she got to go to the UK where they did the Hogwarts movie, where the cafeteria. She got to be there for a wedding.
Oh.
She had to arrange their flowers because they hired her.
Oh.
That was like years back, and I was like, must be nice.
Yeah.
But
That's like keep reminding myself at work, because before she left, I got to talk to her one more time before she left, and she was just like, Melissa, you just gotta do you. Okay, you know, just come in, do the best you can, focus on you, make sure that you do you, and then just go home. That's it. Don't worry about anybody else. Just worry about you. And I'm like, okay.
I hope that you get a chance to like write your mentor a thank you card, because before it's too late, like literally do it as soon as you can, because you'll
Yeah.
forget. like all the people that I've have in my life that are mentors, I've sent them physical thank you cards because they've been in some instrumental to my professional and my personal life.
Yeah.
And you should do that before you forget, because you don't know how long they have on this earth. So
Yeah.
you might as well send something that you know that they'll appreciate,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I do with
Yeah.
my mentors.
I didn't even get to say bye to her when she left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only got to talk to her in the morning before she got really busy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw her one more time, I think before she was going to leave because she was starting to pack her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back to go do something very quick. And then at the end of the day, she was already gone. And she had her key in her door. And I'm like,
Yeah. See, that's what I said. Make sure that you tell them thank you while they're still here.
yeah.
Because that reminds me, because like, remember we were just saying earlier, like, be kind and be respectful.
Yes.
So I was working, like a couple days ago, and I had to call the help number for someone to help us out with IT stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody was willing to help me on that, in that department. They were willing to wait there for like 30 minutes because I was helping someone that was partially impaired visually and of hearing impaired.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, and they were really kind on the phone. And I thought in my mind, I was like, oh, they're probably like, I gotta go, like, you know, I'm on on the phone for like 20 minutes. So I was like, you know what, I can take it care from here. But he was really nice. And so I was like, after he finished helping, I was like, what's your name? And I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, he probably thinks I'm gonna complain about him, but I'm not. So he told me his name. I wrote it down, and then actually the day after, I wrote out a thank you card and I sent it to him.
Oh.
So I was like, we need to do more stuff like that.
You know, I've
Yeah.
been thinking about, buying like just a stack of
Yeah.
like cute blank thank you cards.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when am I ever gonna use it? But now I'm like, oh, okay, this is when I'll use it.
Because even though we're in this digital world where you
Yeah.
can send
like
a
emails,
digital
yeah.
e-gift or e-card or anything, it makes a big difference to handwrite something. And it could be something simple, but like writing a thank you card. And see, this thank you card thing, I learned it from one of my other mentors too.
Oh yeah.
So just try to do that before you forget, because
Yeah.
like I said, we don't know how much time we have on this earth, or those people that have made such a positive impact. And people make the conscious choice of being mean to other people or being kind. So you might as well return the favor and be kind to them too.
Yeah.
So
What was his name?
his name was Daniel.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to think. Because when I worked at the library, we would constantly be calling them because something's always going wrong. So I was just wondering who it was.
I don't know if, because he sounded really young, so I don't know if he was working at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Just curious.
No, yeah, he was really kind. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and wrap up this episode. But I just wanted to kind of check in because, you know, we're so caught up with all of these current events that are going around, and or like just being caught up with going to work and then going straight home and then repeating your day, that we forget to pause and just experience the present moment. Right now, there are a lot of other things going on right now where in the world, other people are experiencing a lot more unfortunate events, like in Hawaii, on Maui. Like right now, this is going to be before this episode gets published, but right now they're all still needing supplies. So if you guys can donate what you can. So, but yeah, just checking in with everybody. You know, look at the king, like we say, love yourself and everything. Everybody take care of yourself, and we love you here from the Thickosaurs. And so we hope that you found this episode helpful, and you guys also share your experiences down below too. So, all right. Thank you. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.